It says, happy birthday.
Alright.
I guess he doesn't
We are
want anyone
live.
taking
I'm
his
trying
birthday
a couple
pretzels.
different things today. Hopefully this will help. Yes, you're watching the intro demo loop here for a few. I just want to take a look at where the stream is, like, what's overall output, everything. We're looking like it's green, but then again, I'm not taxing the CPU at all. Hey, ATM. Awesome. Cool. So, I'm trying hardlined today. See if that's going to help save us the dropped frames and stuff. Now, you are going to hear a bit of machine noise in the background as I just got my new filament, and I'm currently attempting to 3D print Curse of Monkey Island verb coin right now. Looks to be just finishing up the raft and starting up on the coin base. Yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be cool. This is sort of my second actual print that's taking. I definitely need to use the rafting method, which creates a thicker bottom layer that helps with adhesion, because I was just having shit go all over. Anyway.
Hello there, little Guybrush.
Demos.
No, talk to me.
That's it. I'm not talking to either of you.
Jerk. Idiot. I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
Oh, we
Mighty
totally
Butt.
have
No, you're
to
not.
use those
I'm
puppets
Guybrush
all
Threepwood.
over the place.
That's a good one, Threepwood.
Nice. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. See it, check out the differences there. Okay, yeah, so we were crapping out at the bank vault, weren't we? So let's hop back in there and just gonna keep an eye on things. I got rid of everything that should be messing things up. I also tried my best to change the orientation on my mic to try to cut down on the background noise, because you are going to hear a bunch of it was much worse because I usually have the set on omnidirectional for myself and my wife to play at night, and that's all both to be picked up, but it was so loud there.
Your lawyers have negotiated a settlement. Now drop everything and come out.
We put a bunch of sponges in a crack. Not all of them, of course. There's still more sponges to be had. This definitely has an element of because we have this bottle of fine grog, right? So it has an element of that first puzzle, not first puzzle, of course, but like that puzzle from Secret Monkey Island, where you release Otis by melting his lock. But like, apparently we needed a bunch of extra steps this time. We needed a bunch of sea sponges that have absolutely no real reason to even be in this room. We need, the sword at least, okay, that the sword could do anything to even slightly bend that metal says that must be pretty terrible metal. Cool. Is there anything else I should do here before I bust the door off? Thing I'm particularly missing out on.
Guybrush Threepwood. That's G-U-Y-B-R-U.
Interesting.
T-H-T-H-I-E-P-W-O-O-D.
Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't just keep a completely broken technology. You know, they could obviously tell that it could enslave some people if not, you know, administered correctly. They would get rid of it.
Now drop everything
They
and
seem
come out.
quite intelligent,
lawyers are
the
fired.
Kosakans, or whatever their actual
You'll
name
never
is.
get
That
me,
isn't just from the
Guybrush
book.
Threepwood. Coppers.
But
No thanks. A grog this old could probably eat through most of my internal organs.
okay, so it was on, at least on supporting material as well, but yeah, not in the game itself. Didn't really have an opportunity, I guess, or maybe they chose
Just
to never
send
say.
out the hostages, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Use bottle of fine grog with sponge-filled crack with a broken old sword jammed in it.
I'm free!
So long, suckers. And remember,
How is there
he's
already
a
a... Oh,
big
no,
rob
that's for
by
peg nose.
Guybrush
Interesting.
Threepwood.
Hey, where'd he go?
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Get him!
Ah!
You're under arrest, Mr. Threepwood. Right, down to the jailhouse with you.
That would be appropriate too, and for it to be the only way we could
Didn't your
refer
mum
to
ever explain
these
that bank robbery isn't nice?
creatures
It wasn't
is
me, it was the no-nosed bandit.
unique. Is very human.
No,
unfortunately.
bandit. Or perhaps it was the guy we caught red-handed. You! Although we haven't found the loot yet.
You'll find it with the real robber, so let me go and get cracking.
Detective work isn't my job. If you want to clear your name, you've got a few things to do.
Okay, what?
I need the perpetrator, I need proof he was at the scene of the crime, and I need proof that he committed the crime.
You know, it'd be a lot easier if I could just bribe you.
I'll ignore that, Threepwood. Around here, we do things by the book. Now, since this is your first offense, you'll be placed under house arrest.
I get to go back to the mansion and play with Timmy?
No, you are confined to Lucre Island. You are not permitted to leave until and unless you are cleared of the crime of bank robbery. To make sure you don't leave, you are required to wear the voodoo anklet of extreme discomfort.
I was wondering about that. It's rather uncomfortable. Can you loosen it?
Well, that wouldn't be the point then, would it? It gets a lot more uncomfortable if you try to leave the island.
At least I'm not in jail.
The dig. It's so much to go through with the dig. I hope one day somebody can do that game an appropriate amount of justice in like a retrospective or that sort of thing that includes all of this other information. I hope that maybe by the time I get to that point, which, you know, I won't deny that I've sort of stalled out on some stuff trying to find hardware that has just become ridiculously hard for me to be able to afford to get at this time. I say as I look at this fucking 3D printer, but you know, but it'd be really, really cool for somebody to do a real deep dive. Maybe somebody with enough credit online to be able to, you know, yeah, and I have something potentially lined up. There's a gentleman who might have actually a couple of them in his attic here in town that I could get them from, but I know I wouldn't, like, I don't have any means of speaking to them and saying, hey, you know, do you have insight you want to share for this video, or yeah. I think in the long run people see the positive things you do just for the community as a whole. Even just people say here on Twitch and whatnot. I see what you do because I do the same thing, maybe not as often as you do, is go around and you help people play these games so they can get the most out of them and give them the extra information about it. I definitely value that. I know lots of people in the community must as well. So, and I can't claim to speak for anybody, but I know if I do, there's got to be a bunch of other people just like me that appreciate it too. Especially those people on stream that, you know, maybe without the guidance that you gave, wouldn't have made it through, wouldn't have gotten all the way through the game, or really. And every time somebody makes it through Monkey Island, we have another person who loves Monkey Island. And every single one of those is a benefit. I believe that. Anyways, Monkey Island.
Ew, greasy. I
Yeah.
guess they use it on these Iron Maiden spikes to allow smooth impaling.
That's just rough. Like, okay, here, have some salmonella in your Iron Maiden rule. Agreed. In fact, I want somebody to have the balls to do what Maniac Mansion did again. I never had the right level of appreciation for Maniac Mansion. Every single character can beat the game, even if a couple of them are clones of each other. You know, every single one can accomplish that. You know, in their the Commodore 64 thing, I have, like I said, a couple things lined up that hopefully I can get soon. I'm about to give up on getting proper hardware for it and just run it off of my Commodore 64 Mini, because it is official hardware, but it's still not the same thing. And then in the future, maybe amend it if I can get proper... Yeah, Jeff feels very placeholdery. If you have ever seen any of my Maniac Mansion Deluxe playthrough, I wasn't too kind to Jeff in my play. For some reason, I thought I had to have him, so I picked him. Because I love having Razor in my team, and no. That doesn't like it. You can have Razor and Bernard if you want. You can have any combination of them and get it done. And that's what I mean. Somebody has to have the balls to do that again. To put that extra time into it and to apply our you know, the preferred yeah, and having an additional unlockable character. Like if you could save Sandy early on, but realize that there's a bigger thing to do. And yeah, it'd be cool to have just like an extra unlockable character. I completely go along with that.
What are you doing here?
I'm a victim of society.
I look forward when Night of the Meteor finally comes out, because of all the artwork that Wallmakers shared and whatnot. I mean, it's been through a very, very long development cycle, and it's at demo phase, right? But if it ever really does come out, I do hope that they take some liberties and have some fun. Yeah, I guess you would have to. I mean, Zach does show that you could have 4 playable characters within that engine with little modifications, so I think it's also pretty awesome how many things in the Scum engine that were originally dependent on Commodore 64 calls that would have to be like adapted into the future just parts of overall Scum code as a whole. So like there's bits and pieces of Scum code that like are essentially, I'm not going to try to claim that it's like emulating Commodore 64 code, but they had to find the equivalents of it. And it's not just like a matter of libraries and stuff. It was part of the hardware and calling up like characters that were built into the, you know, I think like the Vic 8 or what. I don't know. I'm not going to claim. Yeah, that's awesome. You know, that there was that much of that, you know, old computer that, yeah, it was huge and it was everywhere, but there's also tons of people that never ever touched one, right? You know, and it influenced different platforms and their usage. Yep,
Let
he
me
was
guess.
framed.
You were
He's
framed,
Otis.
right?
How did you know?
Just a hunch.
He has a thing for
Some old
flowers.
guy with a weird accent accused me of stealing flowers from his front yard.
Yeah, but I mean, they were like selling their own PCs to Sierra, you know, well, the Tandys, which weren't really that, which is so funny because Tandy, I'm sure you're familiar with the history of Tandy Electronics and Radio Shack and that sort of thing, but like how it was originally a leather company that decided to branch out into home computing. When microcomputers started hitting and like the home PC, and so yeah, absolutely, they were a leather company, and they're a leather company again now these days. If you can look it up, it's Tandy Leathers Factory. It is the same essential company though, although technically there was a merger between the Leather Factory and Tandy at one point, which brought them all purely back into it. That was after they sold off all the Radio Shack assets. They were also their international company Intertan also ran for quite some time and was the parent company for Radio Shack here in Canada, and originally The Source. The Source is the electronics company that I used to work for and then managed an electronics store for quite some time. So I've got a bit of a but no. They were based out of Canada, and the whole Tandy computer line was them, them breaking off from the typical family business and going off left, and it worked out really, really well for them. And then they had a partnership with Sierra for quite some time, and like Sierra guys during the era of Space Quest 3 and that sort of thing, they'd swear up and down by Tandy. At least all the ones I knew did. And it's funny because they had their own limitations, and I always thought it was white. When are you
due to be released?
Otis?
He'll be released just about the same
See,
time. You
I
prove
enjoy this character as a
innocence.
character. I just don't see him as Otis
just because
from
my
Monkey
captain
Island
is a
1.
notorious bank robber, there's no reason to take it out on me,
Otis,
Jay.
you're not.
He has the
helping.
same motivations if you think about it, and it's easier to see a connection post special editions with them using the sound. Oh yeah, Tandy was just right out of the market by that point. So much of it, definitely, they couldn't really handle the SCIV or not at all. And that's where the PC really shined, if you think about it, because that same 286 that you're playing a 16 color Monkey Island on, you could probably play Day of the Tentacle on. It wasn't going to be super great, but it would work. And in fact, to a point where they're like, put it on the box, that 286 minimum requirement, right? That was the minimum, 286 minimum, Of course, the bottom panel would say better. What is it with
What
you
is
and
it with you
flowers?
and flowers?
It's a plot, I tell you. People are to make me seem less fearsome and piratey
And
by
I
accusing
have to say
me of
there's
being the
been
kind of pirate who
some
likes to pick
great
flowers.
videos on
If it's any
YouTube
comfort,
about
Otis, I
the
never found you all that
evolution
fearsome to begin with.
of graphics on
go
PC.
pick up
Is
a couple.
one of my favorites is told through The Secret of Monkey Island, and just the various upgrades that's gone through. It's like, well, part of that is what I would have done in my video, which hasn't sort of taken the steam out of that part, and just yeah. Well, see, same sort of thing. You can go into the VGA version of the Secret of Monkey Island and put it into EGA mode, and that is not EGA Secret of Monkey Island, and it looks terrible. But it does it by scale. Not that. Was it that, or was it the CD version? I can't remember. I know I was screwing around with it, and it just didn't look right at all. I'm feeling incredible. I'm feeling an incredible feeling of deja vu.
I'm feeling an incredible feeling of deja vu.
Would it help if I gave you a breath mint?
Wait, it's past.
When are you due to be released?
When are you due to be released?
He'll be released just about the same time you prove your innocence.
Hey, just because my captain is a notorious bank robber, there's no reason to take it out on me.
Otis!
Jace?
You're not helping.
Yeah. I mean, to a certain extent, with how the SCI engine had that ability as well. And just to be clear, I am hopping back in the chat a little bit here because it's still connected to what we're currently talking about. Is that it really broadened the compatibility as well. Like, if you were really stuck with EGA, at least you could sort of try to experience the current game. But I'll definitely say by the time, like, Space Quest 5, that was gross. And the EGA version of the way that looked was gross. And that's probably why you have to achieve it with a fucking hack.
See you later, Otis.
You're gonna get me out of here, right?
No, you got this. Yeah. Okay, so it wasn't a hack. I thought you had to bring in a driver from a different game or something. I know there's one of them that you could get that by bringing it in from a different game of the same engine that still had the ability to switch in between them. And it's just the file that does it. Alright, so let's try to remember what I'm doing here. Handkerchief, okay. So we gotta identify a peg-nosed Pete. Let's go get some important material first. Get out of here. Excuse me. Oh, I hit that button. Shit. You befouled my platypus. That is one of my... Oh my god. That's one of my favorite lines of the game, too. What have you done? You've befouled my platypus. Let's go grab some bottles.
I'll just take one.
And of course we have to make the abomination of nature. This guy.
Hey, stop that! It's a pile of empty perfume spritzer bottles. Hey, stop that!
Why am I only getting these?
Hey, stop that! What's with all the spritzing, mate?
Yeah, I assume about that because you couldn't really see that the emblem was being cleaned. It was essentially the same color because the difference between the dirty floor and the clean floor wasn't that dramatic.
Can Hugo interest you in one of our fine perfumes, colognes, or aftershaves?
Aren't you a little piratey for a perfume salesman?
Hugo's not a pirate. Hugo's a model citizen, making a positive economic contribution to the economic well-being of Lucre Island.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Why does he sure look like a
You
pirate?
sure look like a pirate to me.
But Hugo's not a pirate. Not anymore, leastways.
How do you stop being a pirate?
By taking Aussie Mandrill's Pirate Re-Education Mail Order
Mail order.
Correspondence course.
What's that?
It's a miracle, it is. In 3 weeks, it taught Hugo how to channel his destructive antisocial urges into more constructive
It's
avenues.
like the reverse
Like
of
selling
what
scented
Wally
bathwater.
got in Curse of Monkey Island
Precisely.
with the Woodchuck's How to Be a Pirate seminars.
Why would you want to quit being a pirate in the first place?
Stream crap.
Because
Oh, no
Hugo
way.
could read the writing on the wall. Hugo saw that the pirate lifestyle was being marginalized by powerful outside interests. Hugo decided to get out while the game was good.
Again. If we see
yeah.
frame drops again. Thanks for the heads up. I didn't even notice. I had went and got faith in my damn stream. Hey. Are we good now, thing?
Doesn't Hugo miss being a pirate?
Not especially, no.
Yeah,
Although
no.
sometimes Hugo misses the
It
wind
seems
in
to
his
not be
face.
dropping
And the
now,
wenches.
but
And
apparently
Hugo
it just
misses the
happens
grog.
out of nowhere these days.
And the decks covered with the blood of Hugo's enemies. But other than that, no, not a thing.
Beep. You wouldn't happen to have seen a no-nosed pirate run by here with a sack of loot, would you? I want to take a moment and say, I don't know if you play a whole lot of modern adventures, ATM. I'm not sure. If you do, though, I do recommend Not Another Weekend. Was a lot of fun, very funny game. I enjoyed it. The ending's sort of odd. I hope that it's at least gonna get a sequel or something to address it. But it's fun. It's a pretty cool game. It just came out from Dionysus Games. It's using the Visionary engine, but it's got a pixel aesthetic. And if you haven't played it, I think there's a demo out for it too. That's pretty cool. No, check it out. I do recommend it. Anyways, what's that ungodly? Oh, wait,
You wouldn't happen to have seen a no-nosed pirate run by here with a sack of loot, would you?
No, but Hugo did see you run by here with a sack of loot.
When I ran by here with a sack of loot, which way was I going?
Towards the deepest forests of Lucre Island.
Thanks. What's that ungodly stench you've been exposing to unsuspecting passers-by?
That's our featured fragrance, Eau de la Chuck.
Who'd want to smell like LeChuck?
Oh, it's very popular among tourists wanting to capture that authentic swashbuckling mystique.
But LeChuck smelled like a rotting corpse.
We prefer to refer to it as earthy.
Earthy.
Eau de LeChuck's really that popular?
Oh, yes, sir. In the last few hours, Hugo's gone through dozens of sample bottles.
Interesting. I didn't realize that.
Smell you later.
Thank you for your patronage. Please come again.
Yeah, and maybe the recycled intro music too.
Freddy, where's my new walking stick?
It's right over here, Mr. Mandrill. A brand new cane, hand-carved to the exact specifications of your previous stick.
It better be, or I'll buy up your putrid little shop and replace it with something useful, like a public urinal.
I take it that you'll be putting this on your tab, Mr. Mandrill?
What do you think?
You know, if I weren't a peaceable sort, I'd whack that gentleman over the head with one of my
I will
sticks.
say this
I wouldn't
this
stop
game has
whacking
generated
until his
many
brains
quotes
leaked
that I
out
said
all over my
at
rustic
random
hand
throughout my
polished
life.
hardwood floor.
many
Yep.
times.
But you're a peaceable sort, right?
Yep.
Hey, hon.
Hey, Hen. Are you ready? Close your eyes. Go on, take it out of the bag. Okay, open.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh my god. Like, I don't know how it appears, but oh, it's a little. Oh my god, that's awesome.
It's a little tight for your
No,
head.
no.
We'll get it.
We'll get it.
Yeah, your mom wants pictures of you wearing it.
No, no. It's a little tight. It holds on the top of it. This is awesome. Nice.
Yeah.
Like leather. Oh my god, this is awesome.
Oh, I didn't have to point it at you. Okay, now let's do more, like, hold up the thing or something. I don't know. You happy?
Yeah, this is fucking awesome.
I love you.
And you're right, I had no clue. No clue whatsoever. This is really fucking cool.
I love you.
I love
Father's
you.
Day.
Sorry, this is just fucking cool. I had to go thank my mom profusely for that. That is definitely out of her norm. She does leather carving and that sort of thing, and painting. And she did this, and it's wonderful. Yeah, it's out of leather. It's all painted and articulated, shaped and whatnot. It has snaps all the way up the back. It's really cool. I'm super impressed. It's one of the neatest things she's ever made. And she's made some beautiful, beautiful stuff. This is the first type of garment type stuff that she's done. And that's so cool. Wow. I can't help but smile. Oh, that coin is coming along great too. It's on the top end of it now. Cool. Yeah, no. I am so wearing that to the corner store later. Yeah. Anyway. So really I don't. Well, I guess I could talk to the guy, but let's go get our duck and visit the bait shop and throw him for a bit of a loop. That is so freaking cool. I just love that you, from this point, have a duck button. Well, and at least until you use the duck for its purpose.
Ye olde bait shoppy.
Interesting. It does look... Yeah, that's totally young, yeah. That is 100% young, yeah. I bet you we see a lot of them as randos going past. The generic pirates in the intro cutscene prove that they're not beyond reusing.
Ah, there's nothing like the smell of buckets upon buckets of rotting fish in the morning sun.
Big shoppy.
Phew! It smells like dead fish in here.
9 kinds of dead fish, huh?
Okay, Watto.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Do you have any bait that could catch a cold?
No.
Do you have any bait that could catch a tiger by the tail?
No.
Do you have any bait that could catch a thief?
No!
Do you have any bait that could catch a red grouper?
For the last time. Oh, yes. That free stuff over there will work fine.
Gotcha.
Now I want to walk, just wait around to see if Mungo comes through, too. Or Mungo, or whatever his name is. Yeah, great big X'd out eyes. And they're just randomly all over the place, like messed up buttons. Well, not all over the place. They're on that one work surface, but...
How's the bait business?
It stinks.
You're telling me, P.U.
No, I mean it's horrible.
I bet business would pick up if you crack open a window every now and then.
Why, I tried that.
Well, did it help?
No. In fact, it seemed to drive prospective customers away. That's when I realized, see, that something strange is going on.
Strange? How so?
Well, it may be the chum talking, but I could swear that Lucre Island is getting less and less pirate-friendly.
Really? How?
Why, we've been besieged.
By hostile invaders?
Weiss, tourists. Ah,
yipes.
There aren't many of them around today, but you hang around for a week, and they'll pop up like a bloated corpse in a calm sea. Why, they've been driving some of Lucre's oldest pirate-oriented businesses into new fields, and have compelled some of our nastier pirates to consider new lifestyle choices. Why, I myself have soiled my once noble bait shop with a cheesy Timite circus in a desperate attempt to get me hands on some of those tourist shekels.
Well, is it working?
Not very well. Insects seem to repel tourists almost as much as fish guts.
Go figure. Do you know anything about a no-nosed pirate thief?
Well, that sounds like Peg-Nosed Pete.
You know
Lots
him?
of cannons
Are you
for
kidding?
filler.
Everyone on Lucre Island is hired a Peg-Nosed
I
Pete.
guess he is. You know, he probably cans fish. What else can we throw in the background here, guys? Well, what else would a fishmonger maybe have? Do you think he cans fish?
Who is he?
Boy, he's the most notorious thief on Lucre Island. He's never been caught, and his loot has never been recovered. And his true face, aside from his trademark false nose, has never been seen.
Well, I've seen his true face. It's not pretty.
Yeah, right. And I've seen a bucket of chum
Maybe I
solve
should have gone to the
complex
Palace
math
of
problems.
Prostheses first.
Where can I find him?
Just
But
so
you
I
can't.
had the
Nobody
hand
can. There's
for
rumor
coming
that
here.
his hideout is somewhere in the heart of the Mists of Time Marsh.
Great. I'm off to the marsh.
But no one has ever been able to navigate their way through the marsh without getting hopelessly lost. It's cursed.
Darn. Another curse.
That coin is so close to done. Where do you say I can find him? How'd he
How
lose
did he
his
lose
nose?
his nose?
Duck.
Oh, that's one of the
a
darkest mysteries of Lucre Island. Some would have you believe that Pegnose's proud proboscis was pecked off by a duck. But I believe it was a school of deranged flounder that made off with his honker.
That's one of the darkest mysteries of Lucre Island?
No, but it sounds more ominous that way.
It's like, so in shorthand, he's sort of a parody of Watto. Like, when he does that. But when you actually talk to him, it completely goes away. I'm not going to say... Yeah, I always got that feeling while playing this game. When you're... just his basic parts, like... his... No, Automod, you can fuck off with that. We're allowing everything that ATM says. In fact, ATM, at one point, I'm probably just going to make you a mod on my channel because you join me all the time anyway. If you're okay with that, frankly, I'd be happy to throw that. I wouldn't expect you to do anything. It just hopefully would prevent AutoMod from fucking thinking that it can hold any content that you say.
How does he smell without a nose anyway?
Awful.
Which is funny because I've also met, and I see why, but I've met Mexican people who felt very offended by the characterization of Watto as well. My friend Mercedes in film school literally just got very upset with me when I mentioned how much I enjoyed Star Wars and everything. She's like, what about Watto? He's very, yeah. See, so there's a few different things, or at least people identify the stereotype in a few different areas, which I'm not surprised, but yeah. And then you have, the Ewoks in Return of the Jedi just straight up speaking Tagalog. Yeah. In fact, I think probably one of the major criticisms that those movies got in the long run was shoving in stereotypical figures. Like, I mean, it's hard to say that Jar Jar might have been a bit more palatable to most if it wasn't like an offensive characterization of perhaps a dim-witted Jamaican person, which, yeah, I think that would have been cool. And as much as the Darth Jar Jar theory is super fun to play around with, it's complete BS too. But I do think that he had certain physical abilities that should have been utilized better, and if all Gungans could do that, like jump huge heights in the air to dive into water and shit, I think that they really should have shown that in the battle. Like, why weren't they leaping through the air and shit in war? They clearly have some giant, leg muscles that would have been useful in war. I don't know. I think George Lucas's only fault was becoming more and more less in touch with the children that he originally made the movies for in the first place. Maybe he was still catering to those children from back in the day, and they didn't really work out the same way. But no, not always, not at all. But but I guess, yeah.
How does he smell without a nose anyway?
Terrible.
Awful.
I guess I should have seen that one coming. Let's talk about something else.
I think
Well, whatever skins your salmon.
I think that there had to be versions of the movie, or at least film scenes as well, that add a little bit more violence, etc. I think the bloody arm of the cut off, the cut off arm right in the first act, and it's all bloody on the ground. Like, that was a pretty big deal, right? This is general admission movie or whatever. No, they didn't have quite the same level of rating system then. But it's a tone that's never really repeated. And there are many times where things get lopped off of people, and you don't end up with, like, the thing bleeding on the ground in front. And, like, how cold Obi-Wan was. Wow, I've gotten so far from this Monkey Island. Oh my god. I'd like to hear some more about Pegno. Sure, things in here, I think. Is that free
Why
bait?
is that bait over there free?
Seriously? Free
That
bait?
bait is nearly expired. I need to get rid of it before it goes bad.
How does bait go bad?
Yeah.
Oh, the usual
In
ways.
old EU canon,
Falls
it
in
was
with the
heavily
wrong
implied
crowd,
that
starts
Vader
rebelling against authority, begins dating bait
and
of
Tarkin,
loose virtue. And before you know it,
took liberties
the
with
bait's
her
gone bad.
when she was in Care 2. There's elements of the old EU that probably better off. Oh, the coin is done. Okay, so I'm going to grab that. And probably won't show up very well on the camera, sadly. But no, just looks like can sort of see the reflection of detail on light. But yeah, no, it turned out very well. God, I'm excited. I'm gonna make so much of this shit. Like right now, it is preparing to print off a Guyver statue. So this I gotta paint up and make into, a proper little addition to up here. Yeah. Nice. Alright, so let's catch up. Sorry for bounding off as I awaited the... This next statue is going to be printing, it said, for 6+ hours. So that one we won't be seeing for a bit. I'm gonna bring back Obi-Wan. Okay, I'm catching up with what you're saying. Here, why is that bait?
Why is that bait over there free?
Well, that bait is nearly expired. I need to get rid of it before it goes bad.
How does bait go bad?
Oh, the usual ways. Falls in with the wrong crowd, starts rebelling against authority, begins dating bait of loose virtue. And before you know it, the bait's gone bad.
Interesting. Just quickly. Oh yeah, totally. No, in fact, as a fan of the EU who had, my favorite characters ripped out of canon and whatnot, and I enjoy the new stuff. I'm sure I get flack for that, but I do enjoy the new stuff. And, but to that, oh god, that's going to be a big wide loop. Is that going to work right? Please work right. Yeah. But anyways, when they came up with the whole Heir to the Empire with Timothy Zahn trilogy, that was itself a reboot of what they originally wanted to do. Like, no. I love the story of Alan Dean Foster writing the first Star Wars spin-off book, Splendor of the Mind's Eye, and it just being out there and then him getting a call from George Lucas about it. It's great.
I think I'll just look around for a while.
Well, you look all you like, but if you break it, you bought it.
Let's go get the free bait. Wow, my son is unhappy at the moment with a current decision that's being made. Not sure what that was, but he didn't like it. Alright, Palace of Prostheses it is. For anybody else watching, I hope you've enjoyed our leisurely stroll through Escape from Monkey Island and our conversation. Oh, yes, actually. Good call. Let's go talk to Brittany.
Why, hello there, Brittany.
Oh, hi. Why do you sound like a sick kraken?
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, I might actually end up with the Guyver statue. Okay.
Sorry you lost your job.
Oh, it's all right. I didn't like working at that bank much anyway. I've always really wanted to be in show business.
What kind of show business?
I want to be a singer and have my own backup dancers. I don't have any skills or experience, but I figure with the right attitude, there's no stopping me.
Me too. Maybe we could start an act together.
I don't think so. I'm looking for someone a little more...
Piratey?
Cool.
Then why were you wasting away at the bank?
I was making ends meet while I put my act together.
Mildly
Guess I needed the push. I was getting too wrapped up in
just
the
making
whole
sure that first layer hits properly on it. If it starts dragging, the whole thing's ruined.
Hope that
and I
works
might
out
as
for you.
well stop the print. But it seems to be good. What are you gonna do now?
What are you gonna do now?
Well, I always wanted to get into show business.
Hope that works out for you. Is it too late to open an account?
You're funny, Mr. Threepwood. The bank is no concern of mine anymore.
Well, I have manly things to do in a sensitive way. Bye.
It totally is, Mungo. Okay. So yeah, we actually interact with them. Well, we don't interact with them, but we can obstruct them and cause them to change direction. Oh, no. Didn't want to go there. Now I think it's funny to... I'm sure they're just reused assets, right? But I think it's funny that at this point in time, they were off wandering around as tourists and then they decided to go to the Pirate Transmogrification Center.
Yes.
Can I play next?
Sure, if you don't mind waiting a few hours.
Oh, why so long?
I'll tell you why. Because Lardbot the pirate here can't concentrate on the game for more than 2 minutes at a time.
Can I help it if
I've
I have
heard,
a wide
I remember I
variety of
heard
interests
that
that cause my
recently
mind
as
to
well.
wander?
I never
a wide
realized that
variety
before
of
back then.
culinary
Never
interest,
really
you
had
mean.
faces
Well,
to
I
many of
never-
the developer
You never
names
move, you
beyond,
mean?
you know, Ron, Tim, and Dave. Until, well, I'm not going to say until recently.
Are you done yet?
Oh no, this will take hours.
So who's winning?
It's hard to say. I've been pressing Senor Castaneda's queen with my Montgolfier offensive. But I think the miserable Getz got me stymied with his Estrada barricade.
Ah, I see. I'm looking for a no-nosed pirate.
Yes.
Does he play chess?
I don't think so.
Then I don't care.
Your friend seems awfully focused on the game.
Noticed that, did you? Senor Castaneda is exceptionally well-disciplined. Once he sets his mind to a task, it's nearly impossible to shift his attention. Except...
Yes?
Well, he does carry something of a torch for Brittany, the bank teller.
Interesting. Good gravy. Is that a tub full of gravy?
Where?
Sorry. Must have been a trick of the light. Hey, it's a plate of brownies.
Where?
You just put it down. That's bullshit. Don't do that.
Whoa, isn't that Bobby Fischer?
Where?
Nice move, Brainiac.
That
It's
doesn't
very
count.
seldom that you see
You know the rules. You let go of a
a
piece,
puzzle in
it's
one
a
of
move.
these LucasArts adventure games that
Rules are rules,
revolves
Dubbo.
Fine.
that like involves an existing animation cycle. So this it might have even been like a off to left field thing. Hopefully they'd played Grim Fandango pretty quickly before this if they're going in blind, you know, because of like punching Dom's punching bag 3 times to knock the stuff off at the end, right? Like taking advantage of the animation cycle is not really so, like, I can't even really think of a whole lot like of stuff that you had to wait for it to rotate for you to be able to hit it at a certain point, or it's definitely off to the left, and not sure where it came from, but all right, so he likes Brittany.
Hey!
Yes.
Brittany, look out!
Brittany, where?
Rules is rules.
Ooh, good move.
Don't tell me you're gonna count that.
You bet your bonny butt I am.
Absolutely.
You unbelievable jerk.
Who was it told me that rules are rules, Turbo?
Fine. You wanna see a move? Here's a move.
You call that a move? This is a move.
You can't do that.
Oh yeah? Who's gonna stop me?
Some of the, like that first one had almost like
Magnet.
Doily sniffer!
they have an amazingly unlimited amount of
Cheese chopper.
chess pieces here.
Weasel warrior!
Okay, now we're going to the Palace of Prosthetics. We gotta talk to Deadeye Dave. Yeah. And when Noir Reservoir brought it up on Twitter there while he was doing his playthrough. It became clear how many people didn't really pick up on that visual cue to understand that like these reactions to a draw have, like, the reactions no matter what have a constant parallel regardless of whether you're in monkey combat against a monkey or with LeChuck. And the smacking on your head part, it is a stretch to assume you're gonna figure that. Let's talk to Dave, because do you enjoy Dave? Dave's nice.
Welcome to the Palace of Prostheses, home of the no detection, no infection, no rejection 30-day guarantee. You smell new. Who are you?
It's me, your Uncle Freddy.
It's me, your Uncle Freddy.
No, you're not.
What do you mean? Don't you recognize me?
No, Uncle Freddy smells more like lemon bean curd.
Maybe a little bit of a
Okay, you got me. My name is Guybrush Threepwood. Who are you?
Well, I'm Dave. Around here they call me Dead-Eye Dave. I'm the Tri-Island
That
area's foremost
totally makes
expert
sense.
in anatomical
And yeah,
approximation.
now that you say that, totally. Awesome. How's the prosthetics business? Well, I mean, it does make sense that there'd be somebody who does quite well doing this. Not to be insensitive, but are you blind?
Not to be insensitive, but are you blind?
Do I look blind?
I don't know. The twin eye patches could be some sort of hip new pirate fashion statement.
Of course I'm blind, you lilac-scented party waste!
Sorry.
Don't give it a second thought. My other senses more than compensate for my lack of sight. For example, I usually can identify my customers by their distinctive individual odors.
You can recognize people by their smell?
Usually no problem. Today though my nose is stuffed up because I got a bit of a cold. So I can only recognize amplified odors, like the lilac aftershave you've generously applied to your face. Fortunately, my hearing's still sharper than a barge full of bunnies.
Oh my god. But the raft is setting properly. I will more than likely have a Guybrush statue. The only problem with the current Guybrush STL files that are out is I find the legs are a little bit too short. They're CMI designed. I think the LeChuck that's floating around looks really awesome. But some of the more paid for files, there's a pretty much perfect Guybrush voodoo doll that has like removable voodoo pins. It's really cool. How sharp is your hearing? Anyways, like, how's the
prosthetics business?
Yeah, I skipped that.
Let me guess.
Initially.
An Australian land developer is using strong-arm tactics to try and buy up your business.
What? Where'd you get a weird idea like that?
Well, I just figured...
Well, you figured wrong. Australia, what kind of a name is that anyway?
Never mind. So what is wrong with your business?
How the
My
fuck
monkey left me.
Ozzy not being in... You're so despondent.
And you're so despondent over your loss that you can't focus on your work, right?
Despondent? Over Pongo? Don't be silly.
Then why was he so important?
Because Pongo handled all my paperwork and deliveries. He was the only one who understood my back office's automated Filomatic filing system. Without him, I have no idea which orders go with which customers. It's really upsetting my regular clientele.
That's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and buy it all out and rent it out at ridiculous rates that nobody can afford. Which is an issue that we have going on here in my town at the moment, which is experiencing a false housing boom in relation to some it's the LNG project. So, yeah, there's this.
Have you heard from your filing monkey since he disappeared?
What's he gonna do? Send me a postcard?
My brain is faltering on political issues. Have you heard from your family? No. You right. How sharp is your hearing anyway?
So how
Baldy?
sharp is your hearing anyway, Baldy?
Sharp enough, Pinky.
Looking for some gifts for my differently abled pirate friends.
I'm looking for some gifts for my differently abled pirate friends.
Then you've come to the right place. What kinds of prostheses did you have in mind?
Yeah, no. And that's what's been happening here too, is most of these people who are buying up the houses here to then rent them out are convincing the people who live here to sell their homes because they'll get a ridiculous return immediately at this point, but then to jump into the rental market, not realizing that all of a sudden they're going to have to pay like $4,000 a month to live in a house that is anything similar to what they used to, or if they want, you know, $2,500 to live in an apartment. It's insane in this town right now. Economic boom bullshit. It's yeah. And it's not the first time I've seen it happen either. Industrial boom. And all these people, they don't live here. And so at the end of it, they cash out. They leave the houses unsold on the market, unable to be lived in. Houses sit here empty. Or they, the people who were renting them out, leave them unrented for the longest time until they finally force them to go back down. Then that floods the house with more of them, especially if there were people who decided, you know, locals themselves who decided to buy additional properties to make money off of that. Also, the people that convinced them into doing this and selling their properties or to buy extra properties to start renting it out as an investment, because houses aren't homes, they're investments now. Anyways. But at least that's one thing that the designers of this game chose to do, and did so effectively enough, because just this has provoked some political discussion. Now, is that what we thought we were going to be getting in the next like the next installment of Monkey Island going into this? No. I don't know. I love Monkey Island. And I'm not saying anybody that doesn't unapologetically love Escape from Monkey Island doesn't love Monkey Island. And I accept that I'm a freaking Monkey Island shill. Completely. Yeah. And at a time where it was not something I was thinking of at all. So I gotta say, these messages, when I played it through at that time, were not landing on, learned ears by any means. And I had certainly no clue of the things that it was trying to touch on there. What do you have?
What have you got in affordable prosthetic hands?
Well, if you're not too discriminating, there's a basket
Yeah,
of slightly malformed redwood hands over there.
I hadn't experienced
We're
the
letting
rental
them go
market.
at 5
I hadn't
doubloons a pop.
interacted
Gee, that does
with these
sound
people,
good.
because
I almost wish I was carrying some money.
I have interacted with these people who come in from out of town and then drive long-term locals out with ridiculous rates that nobody can pay. And I haven't been particularly kind with them in public or private. And so, I mean, but I never experienced anything like that. Then I had no reason to feel the level of outrage. Sorry, I guess I got a little bit mumbly. It's like I never had to deal with these people who'd come from out of town and buy up all our homes and ultimately turn them around and force out locals and drive us out of, you know. So yeah, I didn't have a frame of reference for all of this. Of course, somebody coming in, buying up your stuff and making you leave would suck, or changing it would suck. I mean, we watch our cool piratey atmosphere switch from beginning to game to completely artificial by mid game. You know, it's like boom. Oh, okay, now it's a caricature. It's a parody of a parody of. But yeah, what have you got that's free?
What have you got that's free?
Free? What do you think I'm running, a charity?
What can I say? I'm broke.
Okay.
Okay, you've appealed to my sense of generosity. Here's what I'll do. I'll let you have one of my untested, unguaranteed, unapproved experimental prosthetic devices.
Neat. What kind of prosthetic devices are we talking about?
Yeah.
I'll let you choose through a story.
Yeah, your point from the other day definitely remains too. I think if this was a Sam Max game instead of a Monkey Island game, nobody would have batted an eye about it. And of course, there'd have to be alterations to all of the piratey bits that are still like in the background. Okay, so we're gonna start with Jerry, Larry, and Harry. And let's find a piece of paper so I can log this down, because we're gonna try to make the abomination of nature here. I don't want to use my phone for this. And an iPad seems overkill for an adventure game scratch pad. And yet that's what I'm gonna use. Oh. Notes. Just give me a new fucking note. Folder. Okay, we're gonna go Jerry.
Jerry?
Jerry had his eye on a pirate princess named...
Mindy.
Mindy?
Mindy. Sadly, Mindy's finger was already wearing the engagement ring of a bounder named...
Fred?
Yeah, Fred.
Well?
Well, what?
What happened?
Oh, they all died of liver disorders in their early 30s. You wouldn't believe how much grog those kids were drinking. The end.
Yeah.
What a dreadful
it's
story.
Totally the Edison.
I know.
Except
Here's
for
your free
Mindy. I don't know where
experimental
Mindy
prosthesis.
comes from.
What is it?
It's
But
a
then again, you
Bumbleweenie
know-
M-class artificial liver. They were recalled a few months back.
All
couldn't handle
young
the
men
drug?
eventually
Just the opposite.
occasionally
If they
step
didn't get
out
a
of their
constant
norms.
supply of hard alcohol, they broke down.
Not Jeff? Oh, that's stupid. Oh, you... Mindy. I still need some sweets with them.
And I still need to find some St. Swithin's Day gifts for my friends.
What kinds of gifts did you have in mind?
Or free.
I'd like to have another one of those free prostheses.
Can't get enough of experimental technology, huh? Okay, once upon a time, there was a pirate named...
Jerry?
Jerry had his eye on a pirate princess named...
Mindy?
Mindy. Sadly,
This time.
Mindy's finger was already wearing the engagement ring of a bounder named...
Ned?
Ned, that's it.
Well?
Well, what?
What happened?
Oh, they all died of liver disorders in their early 30s. You wouldn't believe how much grog those kids were drinking. The end.
What a dreadful story. That story's worse
Explore.
than the last one.
I know. Here's your free experimental prosthesis.
What is it?
It's a Bumbleweenie M-class artificial liver. They were recalled a few months back.
Already have
Couldn't
one.
handle the grog?
Just the opposite. If they didn't get a constant supply.
You already gave me one of those.
I did. Well, I'm sorry, but I...
So does that mean if I go for the third option, it's gonna do the same thing?
And I still need to find some St. Swithin's Day gifts
Well.
for my friends.
What kind...
I'd like to have another one of those free prostheses.
Can't get enough of
I am gonna
Okay,
cut
once
through
upon a
some,
time, there was a
some
pirate
stuff we've
named-
already heard a billion times, and that's for the sake of. Yeah.
Jerry?
Agreed.
Jerry. Jerry had his...
Well, we'll
Mindy?
see.
Mindy.
Jed?
That's right. Jed.
Well,
Well,
what happened?
the end.
It was
What a
liver
dreadful-
again
Really
anyway.
should leave.
I know. Here's...
What is it?
It's a... They were... Just
Okay.
the...
You already gave
So-
me.
I did.
Let's change second branch to Cindy.
And I still need to find some St. Swithin's
Yeah.
Day gifts for my friends.
What kinds of gifts?
I'd like to have another one of those free prostheses.
Can't get enough of experimental technology. Once upon...
Jerry?
Jerry. Jerry.
Cindy?
Cindy. Unfortunately, Cindy...
Fred?
Yeah, Fred.
Well,
Well, what?
what happened?
Oh, they all died...
Oh my
The
god,
end.
why is it
What a
still liver?
I know.
I'm changing the first one.
What is it?
It's a Bumbleweenie M-class artificial liver.
Okay,
They were
yeah,
recalled a few
that's
months
fair.
back.
We can do
Yeah, I
that.
couldn't handle
I'm
the
gonna make
Just the
a
opposite. If they didn't get a
uh,
constant supply of hard
dedicated save
alcohol,
file
they broke
here.
down.
Oh
You
yeah,
already gave
don't
me one
hit
of those.
escape for
I
that.
did. Well, I'm sorry, but I can only afford to hand out one of these per customer.
There we go. Save. Do I want to overwrite? Yes. No, okay. I can't make a dedicated. Wait, I might be able to save. So we're gonna save that. We're going to quit to the main menu. And let's go ahead and copy. Now remember which buttons. There we go. Okay. Well, yeah, and we'll just assemble it and off of that. Let's get out of here then. I find the monkey controls shit
See you later.
just as
That
frustrating.
makes one of us.
But we have lots of stuff to get first. I need no. Boom. No.
Dave?
No,
Yes?
I don't want to talk to you, Dave.
Have you heard from your filing monkey since he
Shut
disappeared? See you later.
That makes one of us.
Oh yeah, I guess I don't even have the fucking chest. I'm gonna bring the letter.
Let's see. Blah blah blah. Lucre Bank. Yada yada. Safe deposit chest. Deed. Wait. Yours true. Let's see. Yeah. Deed. Yours true.
Okay. Yeah, there it is. Okay. It seemed really small, didn't it?
Do you mind if I turn this on? I said, do you mind if I turn this on? Guess not.
At least so much of the timer.
It's a basket of finely crafted prosthetic limbs.
Did I hear something?
Nope, just the haunting melodies of my music box. Let's see, rubber knuckles, artificial appendages, faux follicles. Nope, nothing I want here.
To do a very simple thing, because we do, unfortunately, still have to do the net.
I can't reach that window stand. This bank sure has a lot of windows. This bank sure has a lot of windows.
It sure does. Let's use this official and incredibly important voodoo arcane object as a fucking crowbar.
And Elaine would probably kill me if I went around misusing this.
Oh wait, it doesn't let me. What did I use then? Oh, yeah, no, the broken sword. Oh, not yet. I probably should go
I
do
dropped
that.
the sword into the sewers. Oh well. Now it's a broken and very stinky sword. There's something scratched into the bottom of this. It says Wendy loves Fred, but scratched out right next to that it says Larry loves Wendy. What a weird place to profess your love for someone.
Larry, Wendy, Fred. Gonna throw that in the chat. Up to bank manager.
Hey there, Moneybags.
Very funny, Mr. Threepwood. Are you enjoying the money you stole?
Hey, I'm innocent.
Yes, right. And I'm a 20-carat brooch.
It was the no-nosed man.
Well, I wish I had $1 for every time I've heard that. Of course, I used to. Until you came along, that is.
Which could technically be Thimbleweed Park if you count the Jan Rabson hotel cameo as a potential Larry scene. Although I don't think there's an effective Wendy. That's awesome. You know, with the love. I think it's funny how like Larry's like not Larry. Okay, now you got me. Wally's secret longing for companionship and whatnot. We find his love bomb. Like he's casting a love spell. That's a little creepy. That's like, I don't know, voodoo roofies, but still.
Enough about me. How's the banking business?
Oh, just great, thanks to you. Now I'm broke, and nobody on this island will trust me with their money ever again. What am I going to do now?
I'll find the guy who did it and wreak vengeance upon his soul.
That won't help me much, but watching you fall on a sword would be entertaining.
Well, you could have a bake sale.
I've only met one person who could sell pastries to pirates, and he's in real estate.
You could steal enough to start your bank again.
I'm a banker. I don't know anything about stealing.
At least you still have your health.
That's true, but my health won't buy me a comfortable retirement.
Good point.
It's not going to be as large as I thought it was.
At least you still have your health.
That's true, but my health won't buy me a comfortable retirement.
Good point.
Just a bit.
Let's talk about something else. Have you seen someone go by here carrying a bag of loot?
What does he look like?
Sort of like me.
Yes, I've seen him, but he didn't have a bag with him.
Really? Where?
I'm looking at him!
When are you going to reopen the bank?
Inspector Kennard won't let me inside, so
Yeah,
even if I
no,
could afford
bankers
to
are fully
reopen it,
aware.
I'm not allowed.
Let's invent a new type of interest so we can take... Oh no, we'll offer you a balance protector, and it will only cost you, under your current load, $9 a month. So like, okay, but what we're not telling you is it's percentage based, so when you have a lot more on it later on in the month, it's going to cost you like $100 a month. And it's going to come at a really inopportune time, like you're going to be trying to make payments on like a card that we made you get, and you know, we're gonna pull that out right as you have that payment sitting there. And then because we took the money before we went to take the other money, there was insufficient funds, so we're gonna charge you for not having enough money for the money that we took the money for, even though you had no way of planning how much money you would have to have there other than a just giant buffer, just in case, which that's a beautiful situation to be in, but not everybody is. Anyways, bankers and landlords. Fuck the rich! You know, like, why aren't you allowed inside?
Why aren't you allowed inside?
The inspector says that it's a crime scene and needs to remain sealed until the case is closed.
Let's break in.
Unlike you, I respect authority and law. No one will enter the bank until the crime is solved.
I will be taking a bio break here very, very soon.
Then
as
why
I
are you
said a
hanging around
little
here?
while
You look kind of
back, but
suspicious to me.
I didn't rob the bank, if that's what you're insinuating.
I don't
Definitely
know. Most robberies are
pushed
inside
my
jobs.
luck there.
Maybe, but all criminals return to the scene of the crime, and here you are.
Let's talk about something else. I hear my parole
Alright,
officer
yeah,
calling.
I'm
See
gonna
you later.
pop out here for 5-10 minutes. I will be back as soon as possible, my friend, and we will continue. Basically, now we know what we need to say to Dave to at least get a piece that we require to re-enter this bank. I want to say all sneakily, but what he does is not sneaky. It is not sneaky at all. What we're gonna have to do here is we're gonna have to go and do this, and I will unfortunately have to kill the stream fairly soon. But there's a few things that I'm being beckoned to do at the moment, and partially related to the awesome headgear that my mom made for me. She's looking to promote things, so she wants me to take a bunch of pictures, which is completely reasonable.
Dave?
Yes?
And apparently, I need to figure out some issues I'm having with spooling.
And I still need to find some St. Swithin's Day gifts for my
Very
friends.
Wendy Fred.
What kinds of gifts did you have in mind?
3 ones.
I'd like to have another one of those free prostheses.
Can't get enough of experimental technology, huh?
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a pirate named...
Larry?
Larry. Larry wanted to win the hand of a fair maiden named...
Wendy.
Wendy?
Wendy. Tragically, Wendy had already pledged her heart to a jerk named...
No, that's screwed. I'm sure it's messed up. Fred.
Fred?
Yeah, Fred.
Well?
Well, what?
What happened?
Realizing that beauty was only skin deep, she married the ugliest man in town. The end.
What a dreadful story. You really should leave the storytelling to the professionals.
I know. Here's your free experimental prosthesis.
What is it?
This is something special. It's a sample of my newly created, ultra-stretchy, one-size-fits-all prosthetic skin.
Ew.
With just a few square feet of this miracle substance, a pirate can replace all the skin he's lost during a lifetime of sword fighting, knife fighting, keel hauling, and the occasional flogging. And it comes complete with a set of tiny hooks for easy attachment.
I repeat. Ew.
Probably gonna regret it later when it snaps off the base mid-print, but... Really? Yeah. Okay. But, we'll see you later.
See you later.
That makes one of us.
There's something scratched into the bottom of this. It says... There's something scratched into the... What a weird... That doesn't need fake skin.
Love
Hey,
this
it's like a trampoline.
disgusting trampoline.
Hey, it's like a trampoline. I'm not picking that up. Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Ow.
Oi! It controls that light. Technology marches forward. This must be the new thing in low-maintenance decorating. You don't even have to water it. No, I'd be too ashamed to hang it. This must be the new thing in low-maintenance decorating. You don't even have to water it.
So, what happened, the reason why I had to run off and the reason why I keep, like, looking off to the left is the spool of filament had bound up and it was causing it to no longer be extruding, which may make it so the base of this Guyver statue I'm printing might end up breaking on it. It is in the base. Now I'm like paranoid because
I've always wondered how they get the ship in there. That's the second most useless trinket I've ever seen. I believe this would qualify as a luscious fern. Nah, I leave the home decorating to Elaine. I believe this would qualify as a luscious fern. I can't go out that way. Inspector Kennard is watching the entrance.
Yeah, I wanted the coat. Can't look at the coat. Fine. Pick up the Scupperware.
Pirate Magazine. Popular news of the Caribbean's most scandalous and nefarious pirates. And in this month's issue, how to loot and pillage and still be there for the kids.
Let's look at the ledger.
Ugh, it's full of names and numbers and lots of math. No way.
Yes,
Real
I did
pirates
get
don't need
Scupperware.
to add. Instead, we hire our pirate brethren, the accountants, to add and keep track of our treasure for us. Huh, what do you know? 1 + 1 really does equal 2. Huh, what do you know? 1 + 1 really does equal 2.
Our pirate brethren, the accountants.
I sure hope the previous owner got a chance to empty their underwear drawer.
Jeez.
I've got no use for a used dresser. Oh, how cute. Little tiny treasure chests that you can't actually fit anything into. What's that shadow? It looks like a nose? Hey, a prosthetic nose. Ugh, gross. I'll bet this belongs to that smelly pirate guy, the one with no nose.
I'll take that, Mr. Threepwood.
Ah, what are you doing in here?
I might ask you the same question. Instead, I'll just take that as evidence.
Let's go try it on Pegnose.
What a great idea.
I forgot to grab
Except
the
no one knows where he is. Bring him in,
But
and
we'll
I'll
be-
consider it. But remember this, even if it fits, it only proves he was in the bank. It doesn't tie him to the loot.
You still think I did it, don't you?
Yes, but I can be swayed by the right
Now,
evidence.
I am using
get outta here.
analog controller here. But yeah, no. No, not particularly. Exit through the window. Whee!
Ow!
Ow, dude! Just ate it with his knees. The whole thing just... Yes, they're all very static. Oh, snap his ankles, his knees are... Like, at least they had a good grinding sound. Because, yeah. It's time to explore a different area. Let's get some water from the Mist of Time.
Mighty pirates don't need to splash around in puddles.
Oh, shit. Okay, no, I did the right thing.
I've always wanted swamp-scented perfume.
No. Actually, we need to go to the bait shop again first anyway.
What a distinct aroma.
Let's do some basic missions. Now, let's actually figure out.
Nothing like the smell of rotting bait to woo the ladies.
Get more bait and throw it in the Scupperware.
This hanky has PP embroidered on it. I highly doubt that this belonged to Grandpa Marley. It smells somewhat like hickory smoked fish. It smells sort of like flowers, growing in a cesspool. It smells a little like fish snot. It smells a tiny bit like a corpse floating in a bog. It smells kind of like a lumberjack wiped his armpits with it. It has the faintest whiff of something nice, though. It smells somewhat like hickory smoked fish. It's called Eau de la Chuck. Now you can smell like the most infamous pirate the Caribbean has ever known. Warning, the contents of this bottle should not be used on or near animals, anyone with a heart condition, or pregnant women. I don't think that would help anything. That's the second biggest... I don't think that would help anything.
New adult.
Now you can smell like the most infamous pirate the Caribbean has ever known. Warning, the contents of this bottle should not be used on or near animals, anyone with a heart condition, or pregnant women.
I was just trying to see if I had anything else to throw in there yet.
You're back, eh? Can't resist the smell of fresh bait, huh?
If that's fresh, I don't want to know what old bait smells like. Whee! Look at the cute little termite circus. It's just like a flea circus, but with termites.
This is totally a this is a Salmon Max thing.
That was exciting.
Just feels like, once again, something that would be perfect in a Salmon Max.
This requires stealth. Come and get it, boys! Ah, look at those little buggers go! They must be real hungry for the taste of redwood.
Well, no, I have to befoul this platypus. Let's go befoul this platypus and get a flower. Yeah, I really liked that sort of switch, and I loved how attached to the hook Guybrush got. That's awesome.
Who are you? And what are you doing
when
in my
it was back, he's like, "Aw." Nice.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, zillionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
For a zillionaire, you look a lot like a smelly pirate. My name is Ozzy. Ozzy Mandrill.
That name sounds familiar.
I put it over there. Aren't you the forgotten member of the famous country western singing clan?
Aren't you the forgotten member of a famous country western singing clan?
Don't play the gink with me, Threepwood.
Who's playing?
Well then, allow me to
I think
illuminate
it's a
the
Looney
dingy
Tunes
corners of your mind. Ozzy Mandrill is a businessman, a
But then again, if it was
a
a Looney
real
Tunes
estate
character,
developer.
he was
I'm also
probably doing
the
a parody
future
of
king of
current
the
pop
Caribbean.
culture, television, or movie.
Hey, you're the guy
so
who's
I'm not
trying to
sure.
buy out the Scum Bar.
The Scum Bar? That's just the tip of the aardvark. I'm gonna buy the whole Caribbean.
Why are you buying up all the land in the Caribbean?
Because I'm a man with a vision.
You too? What are yours like?
I see a Caribbean freed from the chaotic plundering of grog-swilling pirates. A Caribbean made safe for the orderly consumerism of family-oriented themed restaurants and resorts. A Caribbean scrub clean of filth. A Caribbean you'd be proud to take home to your mother.
Gee, mine are mostly about ice cream. And how do all my pirate friends fit into your capitalist utopia?
Ah, they'll be retrained.
Retrained?
Yes, the service-based economies of tomorrow's Caribbean will need legions of waiters, janitors, maids, and dishwashers.
Braxton is watching. All right. It is interesting that Ozzy Mandrill has so much Rupert. Very much. Like, because direct sort of Rupert Murdoch character. But yes, the gentrification of pirate areas. Hi, Braxton. Thanks for watching, bud. Hello, everyone. Hi, hon. Hi, everybody. What about pirates that don't want to be waiters, janitors, and dishwashers?
But what about pirates who don't want to be waiters, janitors, and dishwashers?
What makes you think they'll
Braxton
have a choice?
doesn't read well, so I will let him know that ATM machine also says hello. He says hello there. To which I want to say, General Kenobi. I'll be right back. I need a drink. No binds. Is it trying to bind? Okay.
And how do the dozens of pirate support industries fit into your scheme?
They'll be torn down, of course. No more will these islands be cursed with the blight of run-down watering holes, murky voodoo shops, and disease-ridden houses of ill repute. Instead, our streets will be decorated.
I want to say I wonder how the voodoo lady managed to not get taken over.
And upscale knick-knack
But
shops.
Mandrill never had a fucking chance.
But what about the stores that won't sell out?
Ah, they always sell out. Eventually.
But what about the children?
What about them?
I don't know. Just thought I'd ask. I'm tired of discussing your warped dreams.
And I'm tired of discussing them.
What's with all the dead animals?
I like having them around. They remind me of where I came from.
Burbank?
Australia, you ninny.
Oh. My navigator tells me that you're pretty good with an insult.
Pretty good? Listen, Kitty Wink, I'll have you know that my insults have finished off over 500 hostile takeovers. There isn't a man alive or dead who can withstand the might of my withering barbs.
I bet I can beat you.
Oh, really? And what stakes do you propose?
If I win, you have to do the chicken dance in the middle of town.
Fine. And if I win, you have to leave my house.
Agreed. So, what form of insult game shall we play?
Let's stick to the basics, shall we?
Ooh. Sure glad they made that one sword object and reused it a bunch of times.
On guard. Touche.
Oh, that is so cliche.
What?
I've defeated 12 people today alone.
How do you know? You don't have that many fingers. Gonna give you a gobful.
That's not an insult, is it?
You've seen one too many smacks from the lily-whacker.
Right back at you.
You got kangaroos in the top paddock.
What the heck are you saying?
Ha ha!
I lost.
Naturally. Now get out of my house.
No. In fact,
I'd hate to see the creature that laid this. No, I have no interest in trying to hatch the egg. Poor thing. Poor ferocious man-eating giant crocodile. Guns don't kill wild animals. Ozzy kills wild animals. Poor thing. Poor cuddly-wuddly giant dingo. Poor thing. Poor doomed Poor thing. Poor doomed hapless giant kangaroo.
fuck your platypus.
What are you doing? And what is that horrid smell? You've befouled my platypus.
Runs over to grab it, comes back. Snap.
Ah, crikey, look what you made me do. Now I need to order a new cane.
Really? I'm gonna befoul the shit out of his stuff then.
I thought he'd never leave.
Phew, this stuff smells bad, even for a...
You
Still here, are ya?
No. Piss off. No, yeah, I left back out there. Does doing this part change any of the dialogue so I can't do it anymore, or can I still do this at this point? Okay. I don't think anything should interfere with that either. It's not like... Yeah. That's cool. But can we? Yes, thank you.
What in tarnation are you doing, son?
I love that.
Just looking at my stuff.
Is that what they call it these days? Now, be quick about it. I wouldn't want any women folk to see that.
Those little buggers sure know high-quality wood when they see it.
Freddy, my new cane had better be ready.
Oh, it sure is, Mr. Mandrill. It's right over on that bench there.
Creepwood? Thinking of buying a walking stick of your own, are you? Might make you look more distinguished. Quite like a monkey in a hat.
Yeah, those are funny. Hey.
Put it on my bill, Freddy, and don't even think about overcharging me, or I'll own ya.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure, Mr. Mandrill.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. What's your racket?
Most people around here call me Freddy, which is a sensible thing to do, considering that it's my name and all. I carve walking sticks.
Definitely. And like everybody's in on the joke that Guybrush is an idiot for some reason. Like none of these people know him. Why do they just default he's a dumbass? Default think he's a dumbass.
I wouldn't think that a walking stick shop could support itself on a pirate-infested island.
Well, under normal
Support itself.
circumstances, I might agree with that sentiment.
Why
But
is
lately,
this
Lucre
whole
Island's been experiencing an
place
influx
just
of
a
tourists, gawkers,
excuse
and
for
other
the
assorted
dialogue
outsiders.
pun?
They're always more than eager to purchase my authentic pirate walking sticks at a reasonable markup, of course. Besides which, I can always depend on Mr. Mandrill to break a few dozen sticks a week. He's been single-handedly keeping me in business for months.
So the walking stick market is booming, is that it?
Well, no, I wouldn't exactly call it booming, but it's putting food on the table. And if Mr. Mandrill ever pays off his tab, I can retire.
Can you help me? I can't decide which walking stick is right for me.
Well, now, in order to choose the right stick, we'll need to know a little about your walking stick needs. Where do you expect to be doing most of your walking?
Excellent sales. Excellent. Along sun-swept Caribbean beaches, amidst dense Caribbean jungles, back and forth on the deck of my mighty pirate ship from the couch. Walking? I thought these things were just decorative. From the couch to the kitchen back. We'll go
Back
pirate
and forth
ship.
on the
We're
deck of
pirate.
my mighty pirate ship.
Oh, I see. And how many people would you expect to be walking with?
I'll be walking with my wife. She's a governor, you know.
Whatever you say, sir. How long will you be walking on average?
An hour, 45 minutes tops.
40 days and 40 nights.
Will you be parting any seas along the way?
No.
Well then, taking all your answers into consideration, not to mention the numerous personal observations I've made of your movements, I believe that the perfect walking stick for you would be the Wiebelfester 9000 Rainforest Deluxe. As luck would have it, we've got dozens of them
Are
in
they
stock.
the most expensive staff you have? Stick catalog.
It's Freddy's stick catalog.
Figured it
Why would I want to look through the catalog when I've got the real thing right here?
No need to make a racket ringing that bell. I'm right here. No need to make a racket ringing that bell. I'm right here.
Give me the ability to pester you.
No need to make a racket ringing that bell. I'm right here.
This must be Freddy's calculator. Pirates don't need calculators.
Besides, it's not yours to take, Sonny.
I'm back.
So you are.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about a no-nosed pirate, would you?
Well, now, that sounds a lot like Peg-Nosed Pete. What would you like to know about him?
Who is he?
Peg-Nose? He's the greatest pirate thief on Lucre Island. No one's come within a ship's broadside of putting him in leg irons, yep. But I came close, once.
No.
Yes, it happened one dark and foggy night. Many years ago, I was out testing out one of my new walking stick models, the WD-32. It has a real fancy-looking wood duck engraved in the handle, and he tried to mug me.
Gosh, what did you do?
You didn't.
Well, I wasn't going to stand for that. I raised my cane up to give him a good whack on the noggin, you betcha.
And?
And he ran away. I didn't even get a chance to swing. I guess he knows better than to mess with old Freddy. Yep.
Fascinating.
Oh, I am gonna have to call it pretty soon here. I can tell my children are being a bit of a handful.
So, who is Peg-Nose again?
You got sticks in your ear, son. He's Lucre Island's uncatchable pirate thief.
Oh, yeah, right. Where can I find him?
You can't.
Come again?
No one knows where Pegnose's hideout is. Oh, sure, there's some rumors of him living in the middle of the treacherous Mist-So-Time marsh. But frankly, I don't believe a human being can get there from here.
What happened to his nose?
That's something of a mystery. Most folks around these parts would tell you it was nibbled off by a duck.
Ugh.
Personally, I don't believe it.
Why not?
Well, sir, it's been my experience that ducks have exceptionally tiny teeth. It'd take a long time for a duck, even a particularly nasty duck, to nibble off a man's nose. I can't imagine a man letting a duck peck away at his nose for hours on end without seeking medical help.
Good point.
I'm sorry, guys. I am going to have to go. There's too much going on right now. I'm going to make a save spot here. Sorry for having to do the abrupt quit, but I have definitely pushed this as far as I can, and definitely needs her help here, my help here. Yeah. No. All right. Thank you very much for joining me again, ATM. I'm gonna have to go here and deal with my kids. So we'll be back on Thursday, provided that there's no crazy things that occur in between then and now. Thanks again for watching, guys. Take care, and we will catch you on the next stream. If you're watching the eventual YouTube cut, be sure to click like and subscribe, as it helps me know whether or not this is the right type of content you want. Awesome. Thank you very much, and we will catch you on the next stream. Have a great day, ATF. Cheers.